If you have a business, product, service, and you don't have these basic fundamental things done, you're hurting your growth and it's going to be impossible for you to fully scale. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe or that like button. We talked about a lot of things in these different videos that we've put out about scaling your business, any product from 6 to 7 figures, how to use AI technology, how to build your sales funnels using different softwares and platforms. But there's something you need to make sure that is done to prepare for the growth that you're about to be headed for. Fundamental things. And for some of us, if that's you watching, we've already got it done. But for a lot of people, some of these steps are being missed, and it is critical because it's going to cause so many issues, as you start scaling. The first thing you need to do, make sure your business setup is done. Whether it's an LLC, a 501c3, that nonprofit for-profit, make sure you register your business with your Secretary of State. Whether you go through a service like LegalZoom or you hire an attorney, make sure that is done. Once your LLC is done, EIN, whatever is done, make sure the next step is go get your EIN. You can get that on the irs.gov website, and it's free. After that, you need to go take those 2 documents, print them off, and take them to a bank. Some banks allow you to do it online, but go in and open up a business checking account. If you're running a business and you don't have that, those business checking accounts, a business savings accounts, a business payroll account, I normally tell people set up 2 to 3. One is going to be a business expense account. That's going to cover all your major expenses. The other is a business savings account because you need to start saving money, a percentage of your sales revenue that's coming in. And then lastly, have a payroll account. I've typically always kept my payroll account separate. That way it helps balance everything and I'm not just having everything flow into my business account. If you do not have these basic things set up, you're either trying to hide from the IRS, the government, which you're not really doing because as we know, they're always tracking. So eventually they're going to find you and say, hey, we need you to validate your spending from X amount of years. So, taxes is scary for a business. So at least start with the basics. Stop now trying to just hustle and scam. Let's get professional and get these basic things, set up. So if you don't have these set up, you're not running a business, you're running a hustle and a hobby. And if that's what you're doing, that's okay. But for those who are looking to scale and grow their business, these fundamental things need to set up. Next thing, make sure you have some type of accounting software set up. I use QuickBooks Online. There's a lot of different ones, but I've been using QuickBooks so long. Everything that I need to do when my CPA and my bookkeeper, it's all in there for them to look at and organize. Any questions they have, different things. It just blows my mind when I look at some people who are still bringing in just printed documents. Everything is just, there's no organization and you're just saving so much. It's almost like we're hoarding all of this stuff where you can put stuff on the cloud. You can just simplify and organize your life so that when it's time to start paying taxes and getting everything organized, it's simple, it's stress-free. I actually don't stress about paying taxes no more because I have a structure and I understand the systems and the process. So make sure that part is done. Next thing, make sure you have a employee handbook. It can be as basic as you need, but have something. When you hire someone, I've had to hire a lot of family. I have a big family. Make sure that there is some type of employee handbook ready for people to look at and understand whatever process, the expectations that you expect for them. Make sure that people are signing contracts. If you're doing 1099 contractors and not W-2s, make sure you have people fill out these proper documentations. It seems like it's a small thing that you can just bypass. But as you're starting to scale your business, these basic things need to be done, because when you start looking at 7 figures that you've actually brought in, your payroll, your expenses are a lot larger than you are going to actually think. And you really need to just make sure that this fundamental stuff is done. If you're paying people, I mean, I've had, business owners that they pay people out of their pocket, and they pretty much leave it into the will and the hands of God to just say, okay, well, I think I paid them this much at the end of the year and this and that. All of this helps structure your business. All of this makes sense and simplifies when it's time to actually file your business. You're not going to be able to scale and grow your business if you don't have these fundamental things. A Dun & Bradstreet number, that is almost like your business credit score. It gives you small trade accounts that you can sign up for and start building your business credit. So when you want to go out there and start getting business financing, it makes it a lot easier. Business financing, you have to be careful. If you have an e-commerce website, whether it's a Shopify, a Stripe, whatever these, we use BigCommerce. There's so many. PayPal has, these things where it's funding. They'll offer you funding based off of, X amount of sales that you're bringing in. Be careful when you get this, because, the financing helps you, but if you don't have a structure in place to balance and bring in sales, because a lot of those are daily pulls. So you'll get, these, and they're all, they kind of all fall when in this category of a merchant advance. So you reach a certain threshold. Say you make $50,000 in sales, and then you'll get this offer on this website, and they say, hey, we would like to offer you X amount of dollars, and then from that X amount, we may give you a fixed fee on top, or 10% on top of whatever, the amount they're going to give you, and you pay that back in daily withdrawals or as sales start to come in. And it sounds good, but it also hurts your growth, because say you get $1,000 coming in, and you need $900 to pretty much break even and pay all your bills, and your merchant advance is taking 100 to 150 of that money. You have to be structured with that. There are merchant advances and places, and New York is heavy, where they'll base it off of your daily sales, and they'll do a daily pull. I suggest avoid that at all costs. If you're struggling in your business and you're desperate for funds, sometimes it's best to just pull back, exhale, and just reduce your costs for your business. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start doing stuff that you're making emotional decisions, and making emotional decisions, jumping into some of these merchant advances, it's going to hurt your business, because you're bringing in, say you're bringing in $500, a day, and they're taking out $250 of that, and you look at it like, wow, that is starting to hurt, your overall profit. So conventional lines of credit, conventional loans is probably going to be the best. Don't just rush into get something. Sometimes it's best for you to just let that business understand the slow seasons, and you have to be creative with stuff. With a business, having multiple streams of income for the entrepreneur, the business owner, is critical. But also understanding your business is going to have highs and your business is going to have low, and you have to prepare for that. Making sure that you have your marketing intact, making sure that you have your Facebook intact, your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, all these pages, making sure that those pixels, those tracking mechanisms are in place, so that when people leave your site, you can retarget them. Make sure you're in the previous videos, you can go look at where we talked about making sure your organic approach and All that is very important, but your fundamental things have to be outlined. How are you going to pay yourself? What is the strategy? When money comes in, how are you dividing it up? How do your contractors get paid? How are your manufacturers getting paid? All of this has to be set up, and the structure is so important. It cost me millions because I was so hard-headed. I decided that, no, I can do this. I'm moving so fast. I'll fix this, later down the line. I had to deal with lawsuits. I've dealt with so much in business. I'm trying to make sure that you are prepared. And that starts with making sure the fundamental things of your business are done. Do you own your logo? A lot of times we'll have a graphic designer come in and do our logo and do our website, and then we don't realize that they actually still own the rights to all that unless we have them sign off. There's so much we talk about. I have a book called Startup Gems, and Startup Gems is 30 plus chapters outlining step by step all of these fundamental things that need to be able to get done for your business to be able to scale. So make sure, whether you're buying this book or somebody else's, that you're looking at your business and you're looking at the fundamental aspect, because those are going to help you be prepared once you hit that 6 to 7 threshold, and you can do it.